Hey guys, it's Betsy. Today I wanted to talk about the movie Tall Girl because I've seen a bunch of stuff about it online and I feel like people keep making videos about it, and I just wanted to throw in my own opinion since I feel like it's slightly different than everybody else's opinion out there. I have seen quite a lot of stuff circulating the internet about the movie Tall Girl recently, and the consensus seems to be that it's bad. So I sat down to watch it and I fully expected it to be as bad as everybody else was making it sound like. The start of the movie definitely didn't pique my interest. Like, it started off with her complaining about her shoe size, which is what most of the internet is talking about.
You think your life is hard? I'm a high school junior wearing size 13 Nikes. Men's size 13 Nikes.
It wasn't super interesting right away, but compared to the other movies that Netflix has been putting out, like Swapped, that SPF movie, this one about them living in Chicago that just was so bad I couldn't make it through, I figured it was already better than The Kissing Booth, and if I could make it through that movie, I could make it through this one. Now, I am a major fan of teen rom-coms. I will watch every single one that I come across. Now, I might not necessarily finish it because some of these Netflix movies have not been doing so well, but I will at least attempt to watch it. Any movie from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s until now, like, I have watched a majority of these teen rom-coms. And I feel like most people do like these kinds of movies, like Can't Buy Me Love, Pretty in Pink, John Tucker Must Die, The Duff. They all are pretty much the same movie. Same basic plot, same basic characters, and as far as I can tell, Tall Girl is no different. It follows the same cheesy formula that every single one of these other movies follows. You have the conventionally pretty girl who thinks life is harder for her than it is for everybody else in her same sucky high school. She likes an extremely hot guy, but hot guy is annoying to the guy best friend who falls in love with her or has been in love with her already. And her and the best friend fall in love and they end up together. Every single one of these movies is extremely predictable, and this one is no different. At parts, it's cringy, yes, but these iconic movies also have their cringy parts too. Part of the reason that I personally think Tall Girl is set to a higher standard than maybe some of these older movies is because we view these older movies as outdated. We view these as movies from the past. We'll give them a pass for these unfortunate scenes or unfortunate flaws. Whereas this one, we've seen the peak of teen rom-com movies. We have seen To All the Boys I've Loved Before, our top tier movie. So now that this one doesn't follow in the footsteps as well as To All the Boys I've Loved Before, we criticize this one for what it is. The problem is that To All the Boys I've Loved Before is not a fair comparison of these movies. That is like, I mean, I've never seen The Notebook, but I'm guessing it's like The Notebook compared to a bunch of other of these like more adult romantic movies. These are like diamonds in the dust. You can't expect every movie to be like that. There's not enough good plot lines for every movie to be like that. There's not enough strong actors and strong writers and strong directors to be able to create every movie to the same extent, if that makes sense. It's just like with books. Like, if you read, you will know that not every book can be your favorite book. Your favorite book is your favorite book because it's so good for whatever reason. But that doesn't mean that you stop reading every other book or you make fun of every other book that you read because it's not as good as your favorite book. You still read all of them, and sure, maybe you find a bad one and you make fun of it. But that doesn't mean that you should make fun of the averagely decent books. And I feel like Tall Girl is kind of like that. Like, maybe it's not the next big hit, it's not top tier, but it's still good and it still deserves some praise for what it is. So I've seen a lot of people making fun of the movie Tall Girl because she wears size 13 Nikes, men's Nikes. But like, for some people that might be an issue. And I know that she's like, oh, you think your life is hard? Well, I wear this size shoe. And like, obviously there are bigger problems in the world.
My diamond earring's gone. And there's people that are dying.
However, as a teenager, and I know teenagers now, like, we're a lot more open to the world and like we pay so much attention to what's going on around us that we're not always necessarily like, my life is the worst, especially if you're a white person in America. Like, we have a little bit more self-awareness than that. But to be fair, when you're making a movie about something and the point of the movie is this certain thing, and in this case it's being tall, you kind of want to make that as big of a deal as you can. If she was just like, oh yeah, like I'm kind of tall, but like it's not that bad, why are you gonna keep watching the movie? There's nothing really for her to get over if she's already kind of over the fact that she's tall. But in this case, she's not over it. It's the worst thing in the world for her, and we have to resolve that mental conflict. And along with all of the like hating on this movie that I've seen all over the internet, I've also seen quite a bit of girls who are tall saying that they liked this movie because it gave them a sense of like, hey, if she can get over it, so can I. I'm not saying that like everybody who watched this movie, all of their insecurities went away after they watched it, but I have heard them say that it helped them see themselves in a rom-com, see themselves in these movies where they've never really been shown before, and seeing them get like a cute, funny storyline and seeing everything end up really well for her in the end and feel comfortable with who she is, and seeing other people in your same situation getting over that and feeling more comfortable with who they are is a really important thing to then be more comfortable and accept who you are. Could they have picked a better name than Tall Girl? Yes. But you know what? I don't really feel like nitpicking it. That is not one of my biggest things, and at least we knew what the movie was about right from the title. And there were so many things to like about this movie, especially as someone who loves these types of movies. Like, I appreciated the makeover scene. Makeover scenes are one of my favorite, and it wasn't super like over the top, like, oh, she took off her glasses and put on makeup and now she's beautiful. It was more like she's learning how to dress more confidently, in my opinion. Once she got her hair down and she was all like looking nice, that's not the right way to put it. Once she got her hair down and she put some makeup on and maybe put on some like cuter clothes, then you could see her confidence really come out. I even, for the most part, enjoyed the comedic cringe. Like, there was this part in the movie where she was hanging out with a group of people. They went to an escape room. Something happened, she got uncomfortable, and she was like, okay, I'm gonna leave. So she tried to leave, but they were in an escape room. So like, you couldn't get out, which is like the most terrifying feeling, and like it just really made you feel bad watching it because you're like, you can't get out. She was trying to get out and she just couldn't, which, like, so funny, so cringy, but so funny. And overall, I thought it was just like a really enjoyable movie to watch. The scenes were set up so artistically, in my opinion. Like, it wasn't just a straight shot movie. It was like the same kind of scenes that you would see in To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Even if the storyline wasn't as strong, and maybe the acting wasn't quite as strong, you could still see the effort put into the scenes and the coloring and the editing, which I really appreciated. So yes, this movie was predictable, and if you didn't see the point in the milk carton the second he carried it in and then they mentioned the milk carton, I can't be friends with you, because that was like the most obvious thing throughout the whole movie. But there were a bunch of little things in this film that I think made it amazing. My point of this video is that I don't think we should keep hopping on this bandwagon of just like hating things. It's so common for everybody to just hop on the same thing and hate the same things. Like, figure it out for yourself. It's fine if you don't like something and you want to share your opinion, but the whole hate culture and cancel culture just really irritates me, especially when it kind of silences the other opinions that are out there. It's fine to express your opinion if you don't like the movie, but to frame your opinion in a way that makes it seem like other people who do enjoy the movie aren't on the same level as you, it's just a little rough, you know? Like, don't do that. Let people enjoy the things that they enjoy. That's pretty much the point of like most of my videos. Let people enjoy the things that they enjoy. And yeah, so if you watched the movie Tall Girl and you have opinions on it, even if they're bad, even if they contradict mine, like, that's fine. Tell me in the comments. I'm really interested to see what other people think about it, even if they don't post it on Twitter for everybody in the world to see. So yeah, let me know. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!